Okay, so I'm back with the 55 Evinrude 7.5 horse, and it comes with this 3-prong fuel fitting, which you would have to connect to a hose to another prong to an old pressurized tank, which I don't have, and the fitting on eBay is $50. So there's a way to convert these to a regular system using the 2 prongs. I'm going to try to document that for you guys. The carb is off because I need the carburetor because I broke the needle off in it and I couldn't easy it out. So first thing is you take the carb off, fairly simple, and then you take out these screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This plate will come off. You might ruin the gasket, so be prepared for that. And then I'll show you the next step. Okay, with those 6 bolts removed, the plate will come off. Alright. That's the whole plate. Now, then you need to, mine was stuck, so you may have to jam a screwdriver in there and pry it loose. And this will come off now. Okay, back of it. Now, there's other videos where they reapply sealant. My gasket's in good shape, so I'm keeping my gasket. Okay? Keeping my gasket. What we're working on here is this pulsating, these rebounds here. So I'm going to take these screws out. I'm going to remove this. This is coming out. It's never going back. All right, screwdriver 1, 2, and it comes out. You know, there is a second way to do this. You would have to pop this gasket off and fill this channel. There's a channel under that you would fill up in order to stop the flow of air. You could use a compound. I'm not going to go that route. So if you want to search her out, go ahead. I got good gaskets that are in good shape, so I'm going to use the vacuum cap technique. So I took that out. It's off. I'm going to stick a vacuum cap in this channel here, and it's going to act as a pulse. So I'll explain that when I go get the caps and install them. Next step is to pick up some of these vacuum caps. AutoZone, $2.99. 7/30 seconds fitting. Alright, show what to do with these. Okay, I had a little bit confusion on the video that I watched, but I believe this is the way it's going to go. So here's your reed plate. Push it in through the back end so that the bulb part is sticking where the reeds are. Alright, now the cap, when you stick it in there on the right side, looking at the engine, it's going to go like this. Stick it in through the right side, is a little too long. When you put it here, you're going to have too much of a gap. Alright? But you want a little bit of a gap because you want pressure here. You want constant pressure pushing on this thing so that creates a nice tight seal. So, trim the cap about an eighth of an inch, maybe even less. Trim it. You'll leave that much out. Attach it to the intake manifold. There's the gap I was telling you about. And then you're going to screw it on to your engine, which I'm going to do now. Okay, and then just reassemble. I torque everything. So I went bottom. I always go outside in. Bottom, bottom, top, top, middle, middle. And then when they're hand tight, then I tighten them again. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so the idea is you've created a vacuum. You plug the one hole, so the other one's going to just create a vacuum. So now the next step is to remove the 2-line fitting. This whole fitting is going to come off. There's a bolt underneath the tiller. And we're going to replace it with your standard, let's see, this is the 69 Evinrude. There she is. You can't see anything. It's a 2 hose connector for gas. Alright, that is how you do it. Okay, so we bought the new fitting for the add-on to the gas line. See the 2 prongs there. And we also bought the fuel pump. Now this one is a replica of a popular brand, Macani, something like that. It looks a little bit more cooler than the Briggs & Stratton plastic one, but you can go out and buy the Briggs & Stratton plastic one. It will work fine. I just like this one. I thought it was nicer. I found a way to mount it right to the side of the engine there using one of the bolts on the plates. But if clearance is an issue, you can just zip tie it to one of these things up here. The lines. Now, as you guys know, we have a vacuum now from our intake manifold. So the vacuum line goes to the vacuum part of the pump. This will pulsate, force gas in. There's an arrow. This is my intake to my gas line. And push gas out into my carburetor. And that's how it works. That's the conversion for these motors. That's it. When it runs, I'll give you a show.